Okay, so we're looking at our new blog post model, and on line 5 through 10 we have the definition of it. Basically, it's pretty straightforward. We've got the title and the body. We're trimming the title when we set it. We are also defining a default value for the created date, and we are storing the author along with it so we can look up who wrote the blog post later on. One thing that's unique here is the ref property of our author, and this defines a relationship between our blog posts and our users collections. This is helpful later on when we start using our query population functionality. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, we'll look at that shortly. The next new thing here that you may not have seen before is our plugin call. Each schema has a plugin method, and this is something I'm not going to go into too much detail about right now, but you should know that you can encapsulate reusable logic and functionality that you might want to use on a lot of different schemas and different applications, and just pass them to the schema.plugin method and extend your schemas with new abilities. In this case, we are extending the default Mongoose events using the mongoose-lifecycle module, which I found on plugins.mongoosejs.com. And if you're curious, you can look at it a little bit more on the npm.js site, and there's a little bit of detail about it, but it just adds some more lifecycle events. They're a little easier to handle. So let's take a look at how we use that. First, we have to compile the model, and then we have some new events that are available on our models. So on line 22, we've got an after insert event. Now that's not in Mongoose by default. That's a new event available because of the plugin that we're using. And we're going to use this event to just fake tweet. And right now, we're not going to implement the whole Twitter talking to their API thing. There's modules out there for that. Right now, we're just going to log a message to our console output and just say, hey, there's a new blog post, and provide the URL. So let's try it out. So here we are on our post/create page. We're going to enter a new title of my blog post, testing out contents, and we'll click save. See what happens. Okay, we've created the blog post and been redirected here, if you look at the URL, to post/id. So now we have the title, the date, and we also have the name of the author show up. And we haven't looked at what this view is doing yet, or the logic behind it. So let's take a peek at that now.